What's going on, guys? It's your main man back on the scene with another video. If you're new to the channel, please smash that like button and subscribe. It will be greatly appreciated. Why does Star Wars suck? When I first heard Disney had purchased Lucasfilm, I was happy because I was thinking we're going to get a lot of video games, we're going to get some new movies, etc., etc. But what we received was garbage. And the fact of the matter is, it is a large corporation who does not care. For them, it's a cash grab, and whatever is the easiest path to the money, that's what they're going to take. Which is sad because they actually have the money to make the best stuff there is, but they choose to not pursue that avenue. The second reason why, it's probably the main reason why Star Wars sucks, is activism. Lucasfilm is infested with activists who believe the message is more important than the story. And on top of that, they hate the fans. So they do things on purpose to piss off the fans, which is insane, because if you swap the word fan with customer, you can see how bad that is. It's like going to McDonald's and they're calling you names. You know, I want a Grand Big Mac. Well, you're a moron because we don't make the Grand Big Mac anymore. We're going to give you vegetable-based burgers now. And if you don't like it, we're going to destroy your life because you don't agree with us. I mean, that's like the logic that they have. And it doesn't need to be that way. If you think about it, with the original Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry's beliefs are in those stories, but they're woven into the story. The story is not about what he believed in. It's there, but since the story and the character development was more important than the message, it's still entertaining. But you know it's in there. You know, he had stuff about women's rights and racism, etc., etc. It's all in there. But it's just woven into the story so it doesn't annoy you. I think the third reason Star Wars sucks is they're too tied to the Luke Skywalker saga. They should start using some of the stuff from the expanded universe. Expand it a little bit. Or quite a bit. Because, you know, when you give the same thing over and over again, it gets old. People get tired of the exact same thing over and over again. And with these trilogies, that's basically what they're doing. More so the sequel trilogy than the prequels. So I'm going to go through the movies right quick, and what I liked about them and what I didn't like about them. So let's start with episode 1, The Phantom Menace. That was a big disappointment because it was too goofy, and the whole Jar Jar thing. Jar Jar Binks was just an awful character. It was too stupid, and he came off like a minstrel show. Like a Yassa Bossa man. Yassa Bossa, Isaac shines your shoes for you, sir. I mean, that's what I hear when I hear Jar Jar Binks talk. So clearly there were no brothers on the team, because a brother would have told him, yo, if you make that character like that, you're definitely going to catch some heat. Attack of the Clones, episode 2. I didn't really have a problem with it. A lot of people didn't like it, but to me it was pretty good. They got a little slow in the middle. You know, you have to keep things going, keep it lively. You know, keep it light on the romance. So we don't need to get deep into the romance. We know that, you know, he's had a thing for the girl. Don't get too much into it. But overall, I thought it was pretty good to me. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad. Now, Revenge of the Sith, that gives the series high five. I like Revenge of the Sith. That was good. Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back are the two best flicks to me. Solo, that was boring. That's the beginning of that's with Disney Star Wars. This is a terrible movie. I went to sleep like 3 times on this nonsense. And I started not to go because I was still pissed off about The Last Jedi. But I went anyway, and I got what I deserved. Rogue One was pretty good. And I heard that the initial script was to have Vader hunt them down, so there would have been more Vader scenes, which I don't know if that's true or not. But if they did that, if it was more about Darth Vader, that would have been like a $3 billion movie. This is how stupid they are. Your dislike of the fans is preventing you from making big bucks. Star Wars, New Hope. It wasn't called that the first time I saw it. And before all I saw was a poster. And I was hooked. Then they had a commercial. I saw like a commercial. And first time I saw it, I was in South Carolina. Me and my cousins went to go see it. And we were just in awe of that flick. That was like, that's the flick. Then I saw it again when I got home because it was just coming out. I used to spend my summers in South Carolina. And the movie came out there before it came out in Jersey. So when I got home, it was just coming out in Jersey. So me and my friend across the street, his name was Scott Harrison. We went to go see it. Then there was a lady down the street. She had her grandsons wanted to go see it. So she asked me would I take them to see the movie, and she was going to buy my ticket and popcorn and soda. So of course I said yes. I wasn't going to say no because I wanted to see it anyway. And the guys, you know, they were from Queens, and they didn't say Star Wars. They said Star Wars. You gonna take us to see Star Wars? Yeah. I'm gonna take you to see Star Wars. So that was the first movie I saw 3 times. This is an all-time classic. Empire Strikes Back. I didn't see it in the movies initially. I saw it on VHS, and it took a while before I was able to catch up to it on VHS. But that was all that. That was Empire Strikes Back. That was the flick. And like I said, between that and Sith, I don't know which one I like the best. I might give the nod to the granddaddy, Empire Strikes Back. It's a tough call. It's a close call. Return of the Jedi, I didn't like this one. I thought it was a big letdown. And to me, it was just a cash grab. Because they did the same thing in this one that they did in the first movie. And that was destroy the Death Star. They did that already. And my main disappointment with this one was we didn't get badass Luke Skywalker. Okay, he's a Jedi now. He's got his full powers. But we didn't get to see what they were. This is a problem I have with a lot of movies. If you're going to talk about something, you need to show it. So I wasn't too crazy about the Return of the Jedi. It was definitely the weakest of the original trilogy. Now moving on to The Force Awakens. I did not like this movie at all. And this was the point. I thought that again, Disney was going to make a lot of movies and we're going to get some good stuff because they have a lot of money. And this was trash. This was basically a copy and paste of A New Hope. You know, we found Luke on a desert planet. We found Rey on a desert planet. Like, okay, we saw that already. And what really killed me with this is the trailer. The trailer, you know, we have an awakening. So I thought that Finn was going to be a Force user. I didn't know if he was going to be a Jedi or a Sith, but they led you to believe he was going to be a Force user. And I thought the story would have been very interesting to see a Stormtrooper become a Force user. But what do we get? We got nothing but the ism. Because they made the brother a janitor. So again, there's another situation where these virtual signalers claim that they're non-istophobic, but they made the brother a janitor. Now, if there was a brother on the team, again, and it, you know, been like, yo, it's not a good look, man. Don't do it. It's not gonna come out right. But they did it. And another thing that made this movie suck is you did not get Han, Luke, and Leia on the screen at the same time. And we're never gonna get that. They blew it with that. And Jar Jar Abrams admitted that they didn't have a plan with this. Now moving on to the last one that I saw, The Last Jedi. I was totally pissed off with this movie. I mean, this was just criminally bad, pure garbage. There's doo-doo, horse manure out there that thinks this movie stinks. That's how bad this movie is. I mean, Luke with the green titty milk, like, oh my god, what? And he's all bitter. And, like, nobody wants to see a story about a bitter old man. And how he died, like, really? It's just terrible. So, yeah, after that, I was just done with the trilogy stuff. And this nonsense here, I haven't seen it yet, and I don't plan on seeing it. The only way I will watch this damn movie is if I go to someone's house and they have it on. That's it. That's the only reason I will see this movie. Other than that, this movie will get no airplay on my set. It's not happening. New these last shows. Mandalorian is pretty good. But the way it looks, if this is going to lead to the sequel trilogy, then I'm just going to check out. Because it looks that way, because with the Book of Boba Fett, where they blew it. Because with Mandalorian, when they had Luke in the last episode, that was... You know, I heard that the servers couldn't handle the load. Once people found out that Luke was on the set. And what made me happy with that is what we didn't get in Return of the Jedi, we got in The Mandalorian. We finally got badass Luke Skywalker. What, like 20 years later? Anyways, moving on to the Book of Boba Fett. This is trash. Because the guy, Boba Fett, is a bounty hunter. He doesn't act anything like that. He's dealing in the underworld. He's talking about respect, being nice, and this. Like, come on. Anybody that has any street knowledge knows when you're working with the street, the fear of the end of your existence must be there, or people are not going to respect you. That's just the way it is. That's how the streets are. That's how it is. And the last episode, the first 3 episodes were just trash. Boring. I had to fight to get through them. Fourth episode was a little bit better. Started to get some action. I think like the fifth and the sixth, it weren't even Boba Fett episodes. It was like they borrowed some episodes from The Mandalorian. And the seventh one, that was just... And I like the Rancor part, but it was dumb because these guys have starships. So if there were some invaders coming, why didn't they get in their starship and just mow them down like he did in the fourth episode? So that didn't make any sense to me. They didn't have a plan. It was not good. These Star Wars Visions were pretty good. I think they were done by different Japanese studios. I enjoyed those. That's the highlight. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on Star Wars. And maybe it's just time to move on to something new. Maybe the next Star Wars is sitting on someone's desk and they don't want to invest in it. I mean, you never know. Like when Star Wars came out, nobody knew that they wanted Star Wars. We just happened to see it and people fell in love with it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.